like I haven't thought about what I wanted it to look like.
With a 3-decade-long career full of iconic looks, Gwen Stefani's 90s grunge meets old Hollywood style has inspired generations of fashion and landed her the Fashion Icon Award at the People's Choice Awards in 2019. Her colorful style is the epitome of 90s and early 2000s fashion, and her influence can still be seen today. In a fashion landscape where 90s trends are stronger than ever, Gwen Stefani's looks will never be out of style.
I always love anything retro. I always go back to that.
When Gwen Stefani first made her mark on the music scene, she was the lead singer of the band No Doubt. Armed with curly 1950s-esque short blonde hair, voluminous skirts, and pop-punk accessories, it's clear that the artist took a heavy dose of inspiration from Madonna and 1950s American fashion. In the late 1980s, the No Doubt singer became the embodiment of rock grunge fashion. Stefani's signature tight, often sheer cropped tank tops, leather and vinyl pants, wide studded belts, and arsenal of chokers paired with the black armbands are still what comes to mind, recalling 80s pop rock grunge. The 1980s also marked the beginning of the singer's use of red lipstick, synonymous with her platinum blonde hair and smoky eyeshadow. In the 80s, Stefani preferred a dark brick red with orange undertones, often paired with big lashes and piles of dark eyeliner. For No Doubt's performance at the Rocky back in September of 1989, Stefani took to the stage in a Madonna-inspired look. The singer wore a white 1950s-style tutu atop a pair of heart-patterned shorts, completing the look with a thick pink belt, striped socks, and a white bow adorning her curled hair. Always inspired by Eastern fashion, Stefani experimented with a style influenced by East Asian fashion. Before she was a household name, Stefani was easily a 1980s fashion icon. Entering the 1990s, Stefani kept her arsenal of tank tops and grunge accessories, slipping into an era of experimental mixing of fashion eras and cross-cultural influence. Throughout the 90s, Stefani perfected her style as a grunge tomboy meets feminine aesthetic. The singer's platinum hair and crop tops were reminiscent of Madonna, her red lips and curled bouffant a classic callback to old Hollywood, and her experimentation with loud Harajuku prints and Indian-inspired fabrics popularized yet another American era of Eastern-style influence. Throughout the late 1990s, Stefani's style emulated a futuristic rave style, as seen in Stefani's award show fashions. At the Grammy Awards in 1998, Stefani donned a mesh maroon top with a white to red silk-dyed skirt, styled with heaps of futuristic braids. That same year, Stefani made space buns and colorful hair a trend that's still going strong today. Stefani's 1998 MTV VMAs looks remains one of her most iconic to date, cementing her status as a 90s fashion icon. Here, Stefani is pictured in a furry blue bikini top, a shiny skirt over bootleg pants combo, synonymous with the 90s and early 2000s, and platform flip-flops also iconic to the same era. Of course, Stefani paired the look with her 80s black armbands, a brick red lip, and a jewel-encrusted brow bone. Before Katy Perry made colorful hair her signature style, Gwen Stefani's blue hair was an unforgettable fashion moment. Alongside Stefani's more daring looks were classic style moments that would still be considered best dressed today. In 1997, the No Doubt singer attended the AMAs in a sleek black gown that marked the beginning of the star's cool girl style. The singer's sleek black gown, paired with an off-shoulder feather boa and Marilyn Monroe-style 1950s makeup and curly bouffant, this outfit is a clear blend of modern 90s fashion and 1950s influence. Despite the simple appeal of this outfit, Stefani moved into a much bolder, experimental phase of fashion during the late 90s and early 2000s, one which still defines her fashion today. The 2000s were certainly an eventful era for fashion, and leading the charge of bold hair, midi skirts, and an abundance of accessories was Gwen Stefani. From 1999 until 2000, Stefani changed her now iconic blonde locks into a fuchsia fringe. Using her hair as a pop of color, Stefani opted for a mostly black, straight-lined ensemble when she premiered her new hair, courtesy of Manic Panic Hair Dye, at the 1999 opening of Christian Dior's New York boutique. Stefani carried this hair color into the new era. The star sported a snow leopard print sequin midi dress, complete with hot pink boots to match her hair at Vivienne Westwood's Fall-Winter 2000 show at New York Fashion Week. Stefani's look was made a true 2000s masterpiece with a pair of thin, oversized hoops, dark, vampy makeup that was styled in another signature dark red lip and smoky eye combo, and pencil-thin eyebrows. After this, Stefani reclaimed her signature blonde curls, opting to add color to her wardrobe instead of her hair. In another iconic pink Marilyn Monroe meets Madonna-inspired moment, Stefani juxtaposed a 1950s-style voluminous pinup gown with a pair of simple white gloves and 90s grunge-style fishnets, paired, of course, with a tiny handbag. In the early 2000s, Stefani rediscovered her punk pop roots while maintaining an edge of 1950s glamour and experimental style the 2000s became notorious for. Incorporating many cutouts, jeweled body art, and pop-punk-inspired chain jewelry, Stefani had successfully combined the roots of her fashion with a new era of bold prints. Sporting houndstooth trousers, bikini tops paired with low-waisted flared jeans, lone, collarless neckties, a host of midi skirts, and cutout tops, Stefani defined bold 2000s fashion. Continuing with her mix of punk streetwear and old Hollywood glamour, the star also had some seriously Marilyn Monroe-esque red carpet moments. At the 2003 18th Annual American Cinematheque's tribute to Nicole Kidman, Stefani was spotted in a plunging black gown, paired with several long necklaces, and the star's now signature blonde 1950s-inspired pompadour and bright red lip. At the Golden Globes the following year, Stefani shined in a fitted floor-length white gown, complemented by a bold red lip and a simple updo. As a force to be reckoned with in the world of fashion, Stefani didn't just lead the early 2000s style trends, she designed them. Launched in 2003, Stefani's fashion line Lamb, or Love Angel Music Baby, began as a collaboration with handbag brand Le Sportsac. When the brand approached Stefani to design a line, Stefani was eager to do so. Originally, Stefani was nervous that she would not be taken seriously as a designer, and that people would see her dive into fashion as taking advantage of her band, No Doubt's success. At the time, being a musician and a legit fashion designer was not something people thought could happen. Though I was nervous because I knew people were going to judge and not take me seriously, I did it anyway, the artist told Hollywood Reporter. Growing up, Stefani was constantly inspired by old Hollywood fashion, thrifting, and was no stranger to making clothes. Stefani's 2003 No Doubt handbag line with Le Sportsac was nothing short of phenomenal. The artist's loud prints paired with the brand's signature sleek styles in nylon fabric, which was met with enormous success. In 2004, after the release of Stefani's first album as a solo artist, Lamb, she debuted a fashion line of the same name at New York Fashion Week, which was no easy feat for Stefani. Aided by designer and celebrity stylist Andrea Lieberman, the same stylist who selected J.Lo's iconic green Versace gown, Stefani began her line. The singer reports devoting most of her time outside of making music to working on her line, spending hours selecting colors and working on prints. As she recalled to The Hollywood Reporter in 2019, while reminiscing about 15 years of Lamb, Stefani's biggest struggle was becoming the cool girl fashion icon she's known as today. If the name wasn't 2000s enough, the brand's first line incorporated modern NY streetwear with a dose of inspiration from Japanese Harajuku fashion. In a true stroke of marketing genius, Stefani's album and fashion line actually went hand in hand. The album integrated references to Stefani's line, and her marketing strategy is still sung to this day. For example, one of Stefani's most iconic singles, Harajuku Girls, has a verse dedicated to her fashion line. Remember the lyrics, "Just wait till you get your little hands on lamb"? A mastermind-level marketing strategy. Celebrities and handbag lovers clung to Stefani's brand. Expanding into shoes, cosmetics, and eyewear, Stefani's brand retired from Fashion Week in 2015 and has since shifted focus from handbags to eyewear. As the reigning queen of rockabilly meets grunge fashion, Stefani carried her unique style from the mid-2000s into modern day. By early 2010, the star began favoring gowns with clean lines and jumpsuits. The star wore a host of classic gowns, including her 2010 canary yellow Prada silk gown, worn during the 33rd Kentucky Center Honors. This era of Stefani's fashion is defined by the star's striking red carpet gowns, which are far more cool girl and far less cluttered than Stefani's 90s red carpet style. During this era, Stefani redefined rocking a jumpsuit. Stepping out onto the 64th Cannes Film Festival in 2011, Stefani stunned in a plunging sequin jumpsuit by Stella McCartney, paired with a voluminous blonde curl and hot pink lip. Stefani would again sport jumpsuits at the 2014 MTV VMAs, where Stefani repped a hot pink lamb ensemble, and a daring black Versace jumpsuit the star donned at the 57th Annual Grammy Awards in 2015. Always true to her streetwear style roots, Stefani kept her classic crop tops, baggy trousers, and 90s hairstyles ready for performances. Truly an icon of experimental style, Stefani's post-2010 fashion may be her best yet. Stefani still experiments with sheer fabrics and bold silhouettes, but her latest era of fashion has ushered in a new level of sophistication. Among some of her best looks, Stefani's Youssef Al-Jazmi sheer black gown, worn at the American Music Awards in 2015. The singer's Marchesa gown worn the following year at the Glamour Women of the Year Awards was equally iconic. Stefani's Met Gala 2019 ensemble, designed by Moschino, was nothing short of stunning, complete with her classic grunge fishnets, loads of jewelry, and red lip. The look paired classic grunge fashion with the ultimate in luxury, a trailing white fur coat alongside a white bodysuit decked out in jewels. Despite Stefani's evolution from grunge to glam, the star isn't afraid of a throwback, cementing her status as a fashion icon and poking fun at her iconic old looks. Stefani rang in 2021 with a brand new single chock full of fashion throwbacks. Stefani teamed up with costume designer Rob Zangardi to recreate 18 of her most iconic past looks. And even without a nostalgia lens, Stefani looks even better now rocking 90s trends than she did decades ago. Stefani's team recreated Stefani's fuzzy, cheerleader-style crop top from her band's 1995 video Just a Girl, the black polka dot dress from No Doubt's 1996 music video Don't Speak, Stefani's Bananas 2004 outfit from her smash hit Holla Back Girl, along with looks from Gwen's videos for Rich Girl, Ex-Girlfriend, and Wind It Up, along with Stefani's famous fuzzy blue bikini blue hair combo, first worn at the 1998 VMAs, to name a few. At 51, the star has a now 3 decades-long musical career to thank for her iconic fashion evolution. From her Queen of Grunge meets Old Hollywood origins to her refined red carpet glamour, Stefani will inspire fashion for decades to come. What's your favorite Gwen Stefani look? Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for new videos daily.